Si Edwin? Dito na. Si Jopet? Hindi mo makakarating siya na, no? Hindi mo makakarating siya.
Naipit ko sa...
Palipat na lang. Tayo, mga tayo. Tayo.
Sige po.
Okay.
Bakit?
We now go to the second portion of the as indicated earlier, no? We invited Congressman Bingbong Crisologo, who is running for Quezon City Mayor, and attorney, no? Jopet, Sison, tumatakbong Vice Mayor in the May 13 midterm election. Nandito rin si Mr. Edwin Rodriguez, who is the Secretary General of PDP-Laban dito sa Quezon City. Tanungin natin si Congressman Bingbong Crisologo kung ano yung may offer niya, no, sa electorate this coming election, and if he wins, ano yung major advocacies niya para sa mga tao ng Quezon City.
Well, kung pag-uusapan kung ano dapat ang gagawin sa Quezon City, hindi tayo matatapos dito sa pagdami ng gagawin ng Quezon City. But anyway, as you said, in major, first of all, let us compare Quezon City. The budget of Quezon City last year is more or less 19 billion. It increases every year. The budget of Caloocan is 5 billion, more or less. The budget of Makati is around more or less 16 billion. Manila is around 12 billion. Budget of Taguig is around 6 billion, more or less. So, comparatively, we will see that Quezon City is the biggest income, has the biggest income, and says, but it is also the biggest population. But if you look at around, compare the other cities, Caloocan City has its own University of Caloocan for their children, para hindi na ho aalis yung mga college student nila punta sa Manila. Makati has its own University of Makati. Manila may sariling pamantasan ng Manila. Ang Quezon City, meron ba tayo? Ang tagal na natin, wala tayong sariling university. Manila, Caloocan, San Juan, ang liit-liit, Makati. They have their own sports auditorium na napakaganda, yung basketball stadium nila. Tayo wala. Pumunta tayo sa Makati. Doon, when you talk about medicines for the poor, those who are needed, it's free. Ang gagawin lang nila sa Makati, they have a yellow card. Go to a doctor, get a reseta, go to the butika, have it priced, tapos dadalhin sa Makati City Hall, they issue a voucher. The constituent goes to the butika, they withdraw the medicine, iwanan nila ang voucher, yung voucher sisingin sa Makati, simplest na, they have a program like that. Sa atin, wala. Ang health center na natin, walang gamot na itong taon na ito kasi binawasan nila ng 110 million na naman. In this new budget that they passed, binawasan ng 110 million, transfer raw sa mayor's office. Ewan ko kung anong gagawin sa mayor's office doon. So, namin, in Makati, in Taguig, San Juan, doon ang uniforme ng mga bata na nag-aaral sa public elementary school. Libre. Ang mga bags. Quezon City, wala pa kanabang ang tao. It's about time for a change. So, our program in the PDP-Laban, together with my running mate, Vice Mayor Jopet, Sison, and our Assistant Campaign Manager, Mr. Edwin, who is the PDP-Laban Secretary General for Quezon City. First is to take care of the health of our people. So we set aside 1 billion pesos for the medicines and for all health purposes. Then to make Quezon City a premier city, we plan to buy 40 dialysis machines, establish a dialysis center of Quezon City, which will be free for Quezon City residents. Second major thing that we're going to do is set aside another billion in order to make sure that the uniforms, the needs of our children will be for free. At tutulong na rin tayo, hindi lubos-lubosin na natin ang tulong sa kanila. Diba? So the third is to take care of our senior citizens. Aside from the 1%, I'd like to set aside, like in the United States, of course, they're a rich country. But there, alam nila ang debt of gratitude nila sa mga senior citizens. Nakumula ang sacrifices ng senior citizens. Nung kabataan nila, sila nagbabayad ng buwis, sila nagtatrabaho. Their country would not be as great as it is now. And it's about time that we do it in Quezon City. In a small way, may not be that rich, no? So I plan to set aside 1 billion and make sure that all senior citizens, rich or poor, nagpe-pension o hindi, will have and PWDs will have 500 pesos a month to be delivered not in their houses but in areas near their houses para hindi na sila magpagod na pupunta sa City Hall. And I plan to change the law in the city, giving 100,000 to the 100 years old. I think you know that law. The 100 years old. Ganun pala. Ibigyan ko na 100,000. Really benefit for it. Ano pa ba? Baka pag-away-awayan pa ng mga anak mo yan. So I plan to
70.
At 85, release 20,000. At 90, release another 30,000. At 95, release the 50,000. That way, mapapakanabangan pa kahit pa paano ng mga senior citizens. Vincent and Edwin. The fourth is, alam niyo, madami mahirap sa Quezon City. On my third term as a congressman, 2010, may lumapit sa akin na bata, 10 years old, may kapatid 8, may kapatid 6 years old. Namatay ang nanay. Hingi sa akin ng tulong, binigyan ko 1,000. Tapos nagpapalimos, masada, nakita ko. Nakakaawa, parang pulubi. So pinuntahan ko, yung patay. At patay na rin tayo niya, so tinulungan ko na lang. Pinalibing. But I want to, and then, hindi ka naman kaya palibing lahat, so I look for a funds in Congress para magawa namin ng paraan. No? So I was able to look for funds for this from the SWD. Nilagay ko doon for my district doon, libre ang palibing, libre ang gamot, which ginagawa yun na rin mga katunggali ko lately. Kaya okay rin. No? But I want to continue that in my administration as a mayor. Kasi when I sit down as mayor, if and when the people will give me the opportunity, ayoko na makakita sa Quezon City ng bata na nagpapanimos na parang pulubi, nakakaawa. Ayoko na makakita sa Quezon City ng mga magulang na pagka namatayan sila, pupunta sa City Hall, kakatok sa mga pintuan ng mga konsehan, hihingi ang tuwan. It's about time that we stop degrading our poor people in Quezon City. Dapat iangat natin ang kanilang dignidad. We should do more for the poor. We should uplift their dignity in Quezon City. So that's the third, that's the fourth. And the fifth is, I've already made contacts with the ITs, and they said to me that for a amount of 500 million, which we can do, they can put throughout Quezon City a Wi-Fi so that it will be free already. Anyway, mababawi naman yun dahil may mga mag-advertise doon sa Wi-Fi. Consider that will be the whole Quezon City. And the fifth, and very important, the sixth, and very important, and I think this will be the first in Quezon City, in the Philippines, if not in the entire world. Nakikita ko, ang dami natin training program, TESDA. Tinuturan natin maghanap buhay. Tinatrain natin with their skills, mag-welding, gumawa ng cake, sabon. After the training, aalis na tayo. Wala naman iwanan na puhunan. So, I plan to set aside 500 million. At ipapautang ng 10,000 to 100,000, maximum 100, to the poor, na walang interest, payable in 3 years by monthly installments, so that if they want to put up, for example, of course, will be like a bank. No? Kasi gusto mong barbecue na maliit. No? Okay, bibilihan ka namin ng kahoy, karne, bibilihan ka namin ng lulutuan. No? Ayan, yan na. Paikutin mo na yan. It will be supervised. Kaya kung gusto mong bili na, magtayo ng maliit na tinda, sari-sari store. Sige, lista mo yung mga bibilihin. So, bibilihin namin yung goods, yun nag-give the money. O yung pan, bibigyan namin, nakakutang ng 40 mil para sa goods. O di pa ikutin na niyon. May marunong kang magmekaniko. Gusto mong magulit ng talian. Bibilihan ka namin ng plies, kung anong kailangan, welding machine, anong kailangan, bibilihan namin. No? Uupa ka ng malit na lugar, sige, tataunan namin. We'll give it to them in goods, paikutin nila. No? And they will be supervised. That way, we will be able to uplift the lives of our people. Alam niyo, punta kayo sa mga tindahan, you will see, mga sari-sari store na maliliit, 80% of them, ang puhunan nila saan galing? Bombay. Pautang ng 5-6. Ang yaman-yaman ng Quezon City. Kanino bang pera yung Quezon City? Pera ng mamamayan. Ba't di natin paggamit ito sa kanila to uplift their lives? So, number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Pagka ako umupo, hindi na ako papayag sa unjust demolition. Hindi ako papayag. We will protect our people. We will study it very well. Not unlike now. May illegal structure lang na. Siguro may interest na bibili ng lupa, de-demolish na nila. We will study it very well. If it is owned by the city and it is not needed, then papabayaran na natin sa nakatira doon. If it is owned by the national government and it is not needed, we will negotiate with the national government to award it, or bibili ng city and we'll try to award it. Pagka hindi kailangan ng city. Kung it is a private property, we will negotiate with the private owner. Kung ayaw, siyempre karapatan niya, then let it be. Kung ayaw nilang ibenta sa city government. Ngayon, kung talagang ayaw nila ibenta, then they have the right, it should be demolished. But then, the rule, the law of President Duterte will be strictly implemented. No relocation, no demolition. Unlike yung nakikita natin ngayon, no? Nauunang demolition, saka relocation, kaya nasa kalsada yung mga tao. So, you're just solving one problem with another problem. Ngayon, kung i-relocate naman nila, yung mga tao sa bundok ng Tralala, as it usually happens, walang kuryente, walang tubig, walang eskwelahan, walang palengke, then it would be unfair to the poor. Kahit na may order ng court, siguro we will ask the court to reconsider since they were not given a fair chance ang ating mga informal settlers. Those are all, well, there are minor factors. Like for example, minor programs which we have thought about. Like for example, here in our Parents Teachers Association, in the different schools, there are around, I think, 140 plus schools. There is now a policy of the DepEd, no collection from the parents. So how do we expect the officers and members, officials of the Parents Teachers Association in a school to help out the principal? Kasi it is mandated may PTA, dapat yun ang katulong ng principal na magpapatakbo ng paaralan, mga physical needs. Eh wala namang pondo sila. So, bali wala rin. So, I plan na popondohan ko ng 200,000 a year ang bawat PTA in the city. Ang ating mga teachers, 2,000 na allowance sila, tinanggalan pa, naging 1,000, delayed pa. I will make sure that the salaries of the allowances of the teachers will not be delayed. Kasi, just imagine, kung mag-resign lahat ng teacher natin, paano pa yung mga, ano pa ang alam ng mga bata natin? As a matter of fact, I will increase it and make sure that it is not delayed because we need them. Kasama natin sila na tumutulong para sa kinabukasan ng ating so they are the ones teaching our children. So, yun ang, like for example, another minor thing, the police. You know, nagbibigay sila ng sasakyan sa police. Yan, traffic, alam naman nyo lahat yan, di ba? So, how can they respond? So, I plan to put 50 motorcycles per station. And then, I plan to increase the DPO's, Department of Public Order, hire people who knows how to drive motorcycle, and assign them to that station. Para ang driver, DPO's, yung police sasakay, mas madali ang responder. You need 4 policemen, 4 motorcycles to run to respond to the emergency. Those are a few some of the things that we need to change. Now, in order to facilitate, because Quezon City is really a big city, I will not put up 6 mini city halls like some friends plan. No, it is impossible. No? Ang laki-laki ng gastos, yung tao na mag-money. We will put up 6 administrators to administer to each district so that mas madali ang flow of paperwork, mas madali. It will be easier to address the problems per district. So those and other things are what we are planning to do.
Yung security, isa sa namamatay dito, itong Quezon City, sa mga sinasabing sokol na nadadali ng mga tukang.
That is for the national government. Sir, it is not the city mayor anymore. No, that is a policy of the PNP, which the city will have no control.
How do you deal with the overcrowding yung mga kulungan?
Well, we should build, definitely. You see, our national penitentiary is in Muntinlupa. Di ba? Lahat na convicted from all around Metro Manila dun sa Muntinlupa. From the entire Philippines sa Muntinlupa. So, that is the national penitentiary of the national government. We should have a national penitentiary for the local government. So, I'm planning siguro to look for a titira ko ng lupa sa Payatas. At doon magtatayo tayo ng sort of national penitentiary to address the overcrowding of our jails.
Sir, yung BDP sa QC, overcrowded na yan nasa 3,000 na yata yung mga places.
Precisely. That's what
Ngayon, sir,
I...
since year 2000, puro losing lang yata nangyayari sa Payatas, sir, parang nabili na lang kung ano. Parang nangyayari, sir, puro losing lang, puro breaking na lang
Siguro you should address that question to the incumbent city government. Anong ginagawa nila? Tama yun, puro lunch.
I want to say, sir, kung may magagawa kayo.
Yes, ang yaman natin, 19 billion ang budget natin will increase.
About the transport, yung mga dito sa...
We will buy vehicles. Magkano yung vehicles? Ano mo?
Especially sa di...
We will buy vehicles for the transport of prisoners.
Lalo na, sir, yung tricycle, ang dami na natin, sir. May magagawa po ba kayo rito para maano sila, para
Well,
maano sila, kasi ano yun kabuhayan na nila yung tricycle na yun.
correct. So, we will study very well.
Daming kolorum na, no?
We will study very well.
Na lang ng DPO.
Pag-aaralan po natin mabuti mga prangkisa. Alam mo, minsan may lugar ho na kulang ang tricycle. Kasi nag-stop sila. May lugar naman na sobra-sobra ang mga tricycle.
Maraming tricycle.
So, siguro we will have to have a study on that. And to a proportion, to make a proportion, rather, ang mga tricycle needs natin in each barangay.
Sir, yung lahat po nung na-mention nyo, regarding your programs and projects, once you become mayor, mukhang kailangan ng ordinance, tama po ba? O hindi na?
Of course.
Okay.
Of
So
course,
that's
you
why,
cannot spend.
tatanong kayo po si
You cannot spend.
Jopet Sison.
You cannot spend money
Yes,
without
sir.
an ordinance.
Precisely, that's the point, sir. I want to ask Mr. Jopet Sison kung anong tingnan sa mga ito, paano niya susuportan. Just in case na maging vice mayor kayo, tapos majority of the council kay Monte.
Yes. During this
Sabagay,
campaign,
dati nagkakasama niyo.
during this campaign, we pay close attention to the details of the program. So, binabantayan po namin yan, pinakikinggan namin ng gusto, and it is the duty of the council, city council, and the vice mayor is the head of the city council to make sure that the programs and platforms enumerated by the mayor would be supported by legislation, policy, ordinances, and resolutions. So, hindi lang po yan, pati po yung mga programa ng mga konsehal na sumusuporta po dyan, ginagawan po natin ng pag-aaral, nililikom natin nang sa gayon magkaroon tayo ng isang comprehensive legislation to implement and to push the programs and platforms of the city mayor.
Okay, sir, sandali.
Teka, tanong ko lang kay Congressman Crisologo. You're running under the banner of PDP-Laban,
Yes.
which is headed by President Duterte.
Yes.
Pero si Sara Duterte has already endorsed Joy Belmonte as city mayor.
Yes.
City mayor.
Yes, Sara Duterte is not
Hahanapin,
Laban.
will you seek the endorsement of President Duterte?
Well, the mere fact that I am the official candidate of the PDP-Laban is an endorsement of the President. Because very clear in his TV ads, supportahan natin ang partido na tutulong sa akin. Supportahan natin mga kandidato ng PDP-Laban.
Pero how would you deal with Joy Belmonte claiming the support of Bingbong?
Well, Bingbong is not a national party. It's a regional party. No, so everybody has the right. For example, the Communist Party of Russia can support somebody here if they want. No? That is their right. No? So, then so be it. I don't think I have any problem with Mayor Sara supporting because she's entitled to her own opinion.
Sir, two big issues that came up the past days. Itong issue ng assassination ng congressional pet and itong issue ng ano yata dito, issue dito sa lupa with the Magaling Murato. Ano nangyari? What's your take?
Well, first, on the congressional bed, it is really a loss for our party, PDP-Laban. Because Barangay Chairman Beng Beltran, who was assassinated and was ambushed, was really our candidate, as shown in many videos, as witnessed by other people up to the end over that. Kami magkakasama up to now with her daughter, kasama na with her family. But I do not really know what happened because we were barred in the presentation of the witnesses, of the suspects to
By whom?
the press.
You were barred by whom, sir?
Well, I do not know, pero may nagsabi, ayaw ni ma'am. Wala ko sinong ma'am yun, di ba? And that is attested to by the daughter of the victim herself. Kaya iyak ng iyak at what can we do about it. So we are not brief about it. Second, with regards to Maniling Morato, I know him personally. I have met him before, but we never talk about this case. Kaya bibintangan na naman ako nung ating mga kaibigan na ako na naman raw. They should use their common sense. You cannot influence a person like Manaling Morato to lie or to be used for political purposes. Remember, Manaling Morato is also well known in the Philippines. As a matter of fact, he was even a candidate for president. So hindi mo basta-basta. So for my friend to say that I have something to do with it, wala na. The next time, yung pumatay kay Rizal, ako na ang pagbibigyan.
So, I understand na merong tinatayo na. On your point of view, ano tingin nyo doon? Is it legal for the mayor para magtayo ng mga ganyan?
Well, of course, if the council gave a special use permit, then it's legal. Now, but if the person who gave that special use permit is a relative, that is grave. That is grave.
Yung meron pong Republic Act number 10066 na
Yes.
tungkol po sa heritage, kapag po ang bahay ay 50 years and above, hindi ko pwede basta-basta ibahin, dapat kailangan po ng court order.
Totoo yun.
Yung pong City Council nagbigay, headed by Vice Mayor Joy Belmonte, nag-issue po ng special permit including the demolition of the Maling Morato Ancestral House na tinayo po noong 1950.
Well,
So, hindi po ba usurpation of ano yun?
usurpation?
Kasi sinupersid po ng city resolution yung yung Republic.
No, it's just a violation of the law.
Okay.
It's a violation of that Republic Act. But of course, we do not know the circumstances. Hindi natin alam kung that house has been for 50 years. That will be decided upon by the court. No? If and when it reaches the court, and away nila ito eh. So I have no first-hand knowledge of what has really happened. I do not know. I haven't even seen the title of that property. No? So I think it will be up to the courts to determine it whether the Vice Mayor will be liable for it. Kasi hindi ko alam. We don't even know. There's name the title is. Hindi pa naman natin nakikita yung mga... Of course, she's liable if and when it is proven.
Sir, yung pagkamatay po ba ni Kapihan Beltran may positive effect on account of the Crisologo? Yung meaning to say, yung sympathy, may nakuha
It
malaki
has-
sa District 2.
it has positive-
Boto yun eh.
It has positive effects, but it also has negative effects. Positive effects in the sense na people sympathize with that because everybody knows that she was really endorsing it. As a matter of fact, you would not believe it, in our surveys, by percentage, I am way ahead in the 2nd district than in the 1st district, which is supposed to be my baluarte. By the way, Mas malaki pa naman ko
Ilan na
naman.
po bang percentage?
Before,
naman?
well, from 3 surveys, geopolitical surveys, I am leading by 16%. In a private survey commissioned by our friends with complete documents, with names, with addresses, out of 2,000 respondents in Quezon City, I'm leading by 16%.
The whole Quezon City.
The whole Quezon City.
Independent ano to.
Yeah, yeah.
Hindi yung sikat na
Hindi, it's just independent. But it's documented. Documented. Through Globe,
16% of
the
out
top,
of total
of the total
population.
2,000.
That is based on doon sa survey nila?
Survey.
Survey nyo?
Survey namin with documents.
Okay.
Na may pirma yung mga tao, may address yung mga tao, may cell number yung mga tao. Then I commissioned
So, internal survey.
yeah, I commissioned also Globe to make a survey by text. There were 20,000 respondents. There are 20,000 respondents, but only 350 responded to choose between me and the vice mayor. And I led by 16 votes.
Sir, clarify ko alam ko umiikot din to sa social. Ito rin ba yung ginagamit nila Belmonte?
Hindi
Ay,
yan.
hindi
Iba.
ito.
Yung
Kasi
ginagamit nila
nagpapakalat
Belmonte, 72% raw siya, 18% raw ako.
okay.
Sir, tanungin muna natin si...
But you know, gentlemen, ladies, all of these are icing in the cake. May babaliktad, icing in the cake yan eh. Naman pa sa survey dito, icing in the cake yan eh. Those are icing. What really matters will be the cake itself. The election results itself.
Sir, kay Mr. Jopet, sir, question mo lang, I was really surprised. Biglang bumalik kayo kasi for long period of time, you're not part of the city council.
Yeah.
Why suddenly run for vice mayor under Congressman Vincent Crisologo?
I have been with the government
Yes.
after being a councilor. I was appointed to the National Housing Authority for 4 years and 7 years as president of National Home Mortgage Finance. So I have been with the national government for almost 11 years. I intended to run initially for councilor, and we have been going around the district, my district in District 4 for several months to find out the pulse of the people. But after political reorganization, I was catapulted to the position of vice mayor.
How will you deal with itong matagal na issue ng ghost employees dyan sa City Hall?
Opo, there are really practices which have been institutionalized in the city government, and the best way to deal with that is go back to the law, go back to the intention of the law, and implement it strictly, kahit sino man ang tamaan. So yun po talaga eh. Sa tagal ng mga tao doon, kung minsan yung iba nasanay na, namanhid na, kailangan lang po natin balikan yung basic. Balik po tayo dun sa sinasaad ng batas at implement po natin kahit sino man ang
Kaibigan
tamaan.
kong vice mayor na tumatakbo, may kaso. Tuloy pa ba yun? Ano ganyan yata?
Pending po yata. Opo, hindi ko po na-monitor din yung kanyang mga kaso, pero ang balita po.
Aabutan na
Sir,
naman ng
Sir
isang
Jopet, just in case na maging vice mayor kayo, tapos maging mayor si Sir Crisologo, okay, fine ba kayo maging rubber stamp? Kasi kaya ko sinabi ko, kasi si Joy Belmonte brought this issue last Friday
Yeah.
yata na second term nila, rubber stamp daw, sunod-sunura na lang daw siya kung anong pagawa ni Herbert.
Palagay ko baliktad.
Ay,
Sunod-sunuran lang si Herbert. It's very hypocrite of them.
oh, yun po yung next podcast inquired lang, I read that.
Lagi ko, sasagutin ko po, lagi ko po sinasabi ang loyalty ko po hindi kay Bingbong.
Ay, okay.
Ang loyalty ko sa tao. Kaya po ako sumasama sa kanya. Nakita ko yung 6-7 programa, lalong-lalo na yung pang-7, yung sa housing. Dahil matagal po ako sa housing, gusto ko pong makita na yung lungsod na may pinakamaraming informal settlement, once and for all, maayos na natin dito po sa ating puso.
Gano'ng kadami yung informal settlers sa Quezon City?
Specific figures po, wala pa. Pero as to area, nagkaroon na po tayo ng housing summit nito pong nakaraang taon. Inikot po yung 8 buwan na nagkaroon ng pagpupulong lahat ng mga sektor na may kinalaman sa pabahay for Metro Manila. Nakita na natin yung areas kung saan may informal settlement. Nakita na rin yung mga lugar, potential areas kung saan sila pwedeng malocate. At ang decision is, of that 8-month housing summit, the decision is for in-city on-site. As much as possible, in-city, as much as possible on-site, and yung pong decision ng People's Plan. We involve the beneficiaries, the informal settlement in coming up with the housing and structures and designs that would benefit them.
Kasi nakikita ko, halimbawa dito sa area nito, no? Ano sa malapit sa ABS-CBN, may mga pockets ng mga informal settlers yan na
That's it, sir.
parang walang
Nandun na.
nangyayari.
Tama po yun, nandun na ng iba pa 40, 50 years. And that is the policy. Kaya ko rin po nagustuhan yung polisiya ni Mayor Bingbong kung siya nandiyan sa private property na pwede naman nang i-award sa mga tao. Meron po tayong programa, yung Community Mortgage Program. Now headed by Social Housing Finance Corporation, which I was also a factor in establishing. When I was in the housing sector, I was able to establish the Social Housing Finance Corporation. So yun po ang gagamitin natin dun sa mga pocket informal settlements na pwede na nating i-award at pagagandahin lang po natin yung mga staff.
Pero meron bang enough government lands na pwedeng gamitin for socialized housing?
If we are talking about national government property and city property, sobra po. Sobra.
Attorney Sison, Quezon City for the past 15 years, pinakamayamang city, income-wise. Pinakamalaki ang area sa buong Metro Manila. Anong nangyari o hindi nangyari nung nakalipas sa taon? Bakit ang daming nakabunto ng mga squatters dito?
Opo, tanungin po natin doon sa nakaupo kung ano pong nangyari.
Saan dinala yung napakaraming pera? Mas mayaman pa kayo kaysa Makati.
Ang kagandahan po dun sa binanggit na 7 programs, kung papansinin ninyo. Nakita ninyo, these are funds that we will be giving directly to the people. And we will put it in a system. Ang vital po dun, system. When you put it in a system, you empower. You empower the people. You lessen the power of the politicians. So, imbis pagka ikaw may sakit, dapat ang punta mo sa ospital, hindi sa City Hall. Hindi sa mga politiko, hihingi ka para lang meron kang pambili. Pagka nalagay natin sa sistema na lumalakas ang taong bayan, at yung sistema na yun, isasama natin, pati sa sistema sa pabahay, nang sa gayon, magkaroon naman sila ng enough funds using local and national government funds to be able to have security of tenure in the place where they are residing now.
Kay Sir Edwin Rodriguez, since you're the SecGen ng PDP-Laban in Quezon City, I suppose you have the authority to, or right to answer this question. May RIP kasi, admittedly may RIP na matagal na rin si George kasi Herbert. In public, sinabi niya. Do you have a plan to get the support of Mayor Herbert Bautista para sa team na Crisologo and Sison?
Well,
At least may makakakuha ng boto yan. At yak, mabibitak-bitak yun, pababawasan yung kampung.
well, unang-una sa partido, no, lahat naman ng tutulong, welcome lahat ng tulong, no. Definitely, we are working out something, no, kung dito kay sa office ng mayor, no. Alam naman natin, sa ina nang galing, may riff, no.
Yep.
Palagay naman natin, alam naman ng
Galing
lahat
mo
yan.
kay Joy yun.
Galing kay Joy. At least inamin niya, sinabi niya, no. Talagang merong riff yan. Katulad yung tinatanong niyo nga kanina, na sinasabi niya, siya daw ay rubber stamp. But accordingly, at nakikita naman, it's the other way around. Kung makikita niyo po si Herbert, laging nakalibre, di ba? Who is the acting mayor? Di ba? So, ang City Hall natin, kung titignan mo ngayon, it's not being run by Herbert. Di ba, hindi nga siya, lagi nga siyang bakasyon eh. Yung mga nangyayaring mga nakaraan na mayroong mga dapat i-announce, yun nga, yung unang-una, yung walang pasok, may pasok. Sino ba nag-announce nun? Hindi pa naman desisyonan kung may pasok o wala because she's the acting mayor. Yung isa, yung sa pagkamatay ni Kapitan Beng Beltran, na nagtaka kami bakit nagkakaroon ng press conference on a Sunday na meron silang ipipresent na suspect at hindi naman kami pinapasok. Then apparently, kaya pala gusto magkaroon ng kung ano mang stage play, no? Kung ano mang nangyari doon. Eh dahil nga pala next day, parating na si Herbert. So, they want to come up with something na...
lang siya nagpasama sa press conference.
So, hindi naman mga anin eh. So, kami, nakikita namin yung kagustuhan siguro. Si Herbert supposedly tatakbo sana na Congress.
Yes po.
Patanong usapan, hindi siya pinapayagan eh. I don't know kung anong hawak sa kanya, no? So, at saka sinabi na rin may pronouncement din naman si Vice Mayor Joy. Pag nanalo siya, paimbestigahan niya si Herbert. So, kung ako man siguro si Herbert, ba't kita kakampihan? Di ba? So, mahilig naman sinasabi nila na action speaks louder than words. Ano ba yung action ni Aldrin Cunha? Hindi ba nagbabakbakan din sila? So, probably, I will use the same word na sinasabi niya, kung kanino si Herbert tumutulong, then action speaks louder than words too. Di ba?
So, in other words, nang makukuha niyo si Herbert, publicly magkapag-declare siya ng support.
Yung
O,
ganito po yan eh, no? I'll give you an example dito sa Quezon City.
yes po.
Noong 2016, ako po ang campaign manager ni Presidente sa Quezon City. PDP, Friends of Rodi Duterte, dyan kila Andrea Domingo, MRRD. Nagsimula kami, walang naniniwala kay Duterte. At feeling la ang Quezon City ang pinakabalwarte ng Liberal Party. Dahil Speaker, Mayor, Vice Mayor, nandito Araneta, dito nakatira sila, no? Lahat ng mga kapitan, kagawad, hawak nila, no? So, akala nila, nakontrolado nila ang Quezon City. Anong nangyari sa Quezon City? Dito po sa Quezon City, ang nakuhang boto ni Mar Rojas is 160,000. Tinalo pa siya ni Grace po ng 165. Si Presidente Duterte alam 430,000. Ngayon, paano natin masasabi ngayon na itong mga liberal na gustong umalis ang liberal dahil alam nila na yung tao na akala nila nakuha nila suporta ay hindi nila nakuha. So this 2019, continuation lang po ito ng 2016. Kaya sinasabi nila, yung rally daw nila na nakaraan sa Amoranto, napakarami, sa akin sabihin ko, kulang pa yan eh. Kasi nga, 160, pwede kayo. Ang ganun, makukuha ninyo. But, hindi nyo makukuha yung boto ng Quezon City. Sapagkat yung bumoto kay Presidente Duterte, alam na kayo yung mga dilaw na kalaban namin, bakit namin kayo susuportahan? Kaya I can never reconcile. Nag-uusap kami dati nila Speaker Belmonte na sinasabi niya, Edwin, sana. Sabi ko, hindi, sa akin, hindi pa pwede. Eh, magkalaban na tayo eh. Kaya pilit din nila sumama sa PDP-Laban, which hindi namin pinapayagan. Kasi alam namin ano ang kanilang motibo. Di ba? Hindi yan para sa tao. Hindi yan para sa programa ni Presidente. Sarili nila, yung kagustuhan nila dyan. Kaya ako'y naniniwala dito sa Quezon City, yung 2019, ito po ay panahon na ng pagbabago. Now, probably tatanungin niyo ano pang ang hakbang ng PDP-Laban, no? Right now, meron na po kami doon sa napas lang namin na congressional candidate, meron na po kaming pagkilos ginagawa sa COMELEC, no? Para po makakuha ng petisyon na magkaroon ng replacement, which yung anak niya na ipapalit namin bilang congressional candidate sa District 2. Pangalawa, hanggang di pa nare-resolve ba yung pangyayaring yon, palagay namin, no? Dahil nagkaroon ng patayan dito sa Quezon City, na ang Quezon City should be considered as a hotspot area ng COMELEC and will be under the COMELEC jurisdiction. Yan po ang ginagawa ng partido because we have to protect yung mga kandidato namin. So as sa PDP-Laban, yun ang nakita namin na kailangan Quezon City, lalong-lalo na hindi nare-resolve yung mga ganyang problema, it should be considered hotspot.
Kung Bingbong, saan ba manggagaling? Saan ang malalaking bulwark ng bulk ng boto dito sa Quezon City? At ano ang relasyon niyo doon sa mga lugar na yun?
But actually, halos pare-pareho ang, by the districts, pare-pareho ang voting population. Well, lamang lang siguro ng second district, it's still considered the biggest district. Ang first district is around 200,000 plus 210. Ang second district is around 230 to 240,000. So, halos pare-pareho. In the third district, 190 plus. In the fourth district, it's around 220,000. In the sixth district, around 250. Halos pare-pareho.
Okay naman kayo, mga Pinyahan, Payatas,
Yes.
galing?
Yeah, in our surveys, Jopet and I are leading in the first, in the second, in the fifth, and in the sixth district. Medyo doon sa third, doon sa survey nagkakalabanan pa. In the fourth, medyo talagang talo kami. Because there's a Barbate. So, but overall, doon sa survey namin is I'm leading, we are leading by around 52, 41 by 11%. Maliit yun. Pagka gumana yung pera nila, maliit yun.
Sir, kaya ito final na ba sir yung anak ni Beng Beltran siyang papalit sa kanya? Hindi lang kung
Before COMELEC to decide, as far as the party is concerned, ginawa po namin yung aming gusto, base rin po doon sa gustuhan ng pamilya ni Kapitana Beng na ipalit yung kanyang anak.
so currently sir, it's not yet final.
Hindi pa po final yan, no? Yan.
Final in the party.
Final na sa amin, no? Na nasa COMELEC na po yan. It's not for us to decide.
Camilo.
Mayor at saka Vice Mayor at saka kayo. Tungkol po dito sa Quezon City Circle. Ang Quezon City Circle, kaunti na lang ang space kasi puro building na tinatayo dyan. Pangalawa, naging commercial center na. Maraming nagrereklamo na mga Muslim dyan, napakataas ng singil nila. Ano pong policy change ang gagawin nyo dyan?
We're going to change that. First, I plan to build an auditorium there. Tayo na lang walang auditorium, air condition, multipurpose, pwedeng basketball court, no? Lahat meron na. Siguro, it's a big space, no? Kulang lang sa planning. Kasi nangyari noon, may maisipan sila tayo dito. Maisipan sila tayo doon. Isipan sila, there is no general planning. So I think we should replan. Ang laki niyan. Ang lugar niyan. We should replan the circle.
Tungkol sa rental naman po, napakataas daw.
I have no
Idea.
idea what the rental is, but if and when we are there, makikita naman natin. And as a mayor, I will be kind, I will be just, and I will see to it that everybody will be happy.
Sir, Congressman Crisologo. Sir, what particular issue on the real property tax that you want to raise?
Well, the fact is, these are the facts. The city council, the incumbent city council now, has raised the taxes. That's a fact. Now, another fact is that according to them, they raised the taxes because of a COA circular, a COA observation, that under the law, the local government code, a city should increase its taxes every 3 years. And according to them, COA said that it has not, because it has not increased. So, that is the reason for raising the taxes. Now, when the ordinance was approved, the homeowners went to court, homeowners of Quezon City went to court and was able to get a TRO, a technical temporary restraining order. So they were able to hold it for 2 years. But 4 months ago, the court decided in favor of Quezon City. Therefore, Quezon City implemented the law. But then the Vice Mayor proclaimed that she will suspend the effects of the law. Which, if she knows what she's talking about, she cannot suspend because no one is above the law. Not even the president, not even the congressman, because it is already a law. They may have been the ones who pass it, but once it's passed, it is the law. So she cannot suspend it on her own. So perhaps realizing that mistake, they pass an ordinance suspending the effects. But when you suspend the effects, first, if it is true that there was a COA observation, then they are violating the COA observation if they will suspend the effects. Sila ang gumawa, tapos suspendin nila. Second, if they suspend the effects, then there is the possibility that they will continue to implement it after elections. So, that is up for the people to conclude. Kung suspendin mo, you should have the intention to implement it in the future.
Clarify ko lang yung kanina, yung leading by 11%. Ano po yun? Vote kayo ni Sir Jopet. Leading 11% kay...
Mas malaki si Jopet.
Ayun. Sir, ilan po yung kay Jopet? Para at least, oo.
I forgot that
Ilan po?
in all surveys mas malaki si Jopet.
Ilan po, Sir? Sir Jopet lang po.
Hindi na namin nabilang eh.
Pero mas malaki.
Mas malaki, oo.
Yung sa inyo 11%.
In all 3 surveys, mas malaki.
Siyempre, once i-check matay, kami na muna. Hindi kasali sa nila ngayon.
Kasali siya.
Kasali.
Kasali siya in all surveys.
Pero mali.
Kasali siya.
Even undecided meron din.
Oo.
Ang maganda doon sa survey na nagawa, nakita mo, talagang merong check matay, merong undecided, pero yung nilabas ng kabilang survey, 100% eh. Parang sa kanya lang, tsaka doon sa kabilang. Ano ka maniniwala ron, di ba?
72 siya. Ewan ko.
Okay, kay Secretary General lang, how will you go with your campaign? Ang estilo ng kampanya niyo?
I think right now, no, yung ginagawa ng kampanya ng team, no, is very effective. Unang-una talaga tama yung sinasabi ng tao pambaba. Kasi kita naman yung kilos sila, they're focused sa mga barangay captain elected officials, which the same pattern they did 2016 election. Pero sa ilalim, kita niyo naman yung boto ni Duterte, doon lahat ng galing. Parang ganito din po ito. Pag pupunta ka po sa ilalim, makikita niyo yung tao. Sabik na makita ng opisyal ng pagbabago. Kaya nga kita niyo na napilayan Pag makakamay yung tao, parang kala mo superstar Kasi hindi nila nakikita yung kanyang katunggali Laging patawag at ang pinapatawag puro mga barangay officials. So I think dito po, yung ginawa rin po namin nung panahon ng 2016, no? Talagang bumaba po yung team namin sa Quezon City para ikapanya kay Presidente. At saka makikita mo rin, yung tao ay naghahanap na ng pagbabago. That 2016, ito po, kadugtong lang po itong 2019. Kaya we're very confident. No? We're confident na the people who voted for Duterte last 2016 will definitely support si Mayor Bingbong and Jopet Sison.
Darating ba si Presidente pag nag-start na yung kampanya para itaas yung kamay niya?
Alam mo, in all my 20 years of political career in Quezon City, I have always been with the opposition party. Since I was a 2-term councilor, my first 3 terms, congressman, ngayon na ako nakasama sa administrasyon. So sanay ako na hindi ko kasama ang administration. But this time, kasama ko, but I'm not so dependent sa taas-taas ng kamay eh. And I'm not so dependent sa taas. If the President will raise my hand, thank you. If not, then I never expected, I never depended upon it in the first place. It's enough that I am the official candidate of the party of the President, PDP-Laban. Sabi nga ni Vice, actions speak louder than words. The mere fact na PDP-Laban ka, that's enough already to identify yourself with the President. Kasi, at tulad sa Zamboanga, sabi ko nga, si Congressman, sino ba tumatakbo mayor doon? Si Climaco, kalaban, yung babae. Si Lobregat, si Celso. Tinaas ni Presidente kamay ni Celso Lobregat. Tinaas rin ang kamay ni Climaco. Yung kalaban niya. Sa Pasay, tinaas ni Presidente si Calisto, tinaas niya rin yung kamay ni Sharon Cuneta, kapatid ng Sharon Cuneta. So, sabi naman ni Vice, si Presyong lang. Presyong lang pala eh.
Diba? Sa kanya interview.
Eh, mas maganda yan, sir, kaysa pagbibigay yung tarpaulin ni Digong, saka mukha nyo, saka mukha ni Digong, inakit sa tarpaulin, pinagbibigay. May gano'n eh.
Sino nagpatigil?
Hindi, mas makainam ka po, kahit na hindi na kayo endorso. Kaysa
Hindi, meron akong mga litrato. Nakausap ko si Presidente na naka-heart to heart talk kami gano'n. Mas importante yun. Hindi na alam kung anong pinag-uusapan namin.
Okay. Papasok na yung photo para ma-proclaim na sila. Yan mga photo.
Di ba may question pa si Bano?
Sige, kung may question pa.
Question lang po dun sa... Baka may idea po kayo na mayroong 3 taong empleyado raw ng Quezon City Hall na ginawang regular less than a month ago. Na kung titingnan natin ay electioneering kasi dapat naka-freeze yung promotions ng mga empleyado. May idea po kayo?
That is bagong balita yan. But let them do their worst. We will look into the matter even when we are there. As of now, let them commit mistakes. Kasi alam mo, ang katotohanan, hindi mo may tatago yan eh. Meron mag-delete yan. And when that time comes, it will be payback time for them if we are committing those mistakes. But I will look into that matter.
Last na lang po dun sa issue ng lupa.
Anyway, I can look into that matter because my son is a city councilor, remember?
And speaking of your son, City Councilor Onyx, kasi doon po sa lupain ng mga murato na allegedly napunta, then eventually ang pinapuntahan ay mga Bingbongs pa rin, although merong resolution na pinirmahan ng konseho na nag-agree ang lahat, pero may mga lumulutang po kasi recently, lalo na nung kainitan ng issue na parang brinaso ng mga Belmontes yung lahat ng konseho para pumirma. Anong liability ho ng lahat ng pumirma? Kasi parang yung si Councilor Onyx po yata isa rin ho siya sa signatory, kung di ako nagkakamali.
Well, I do not know if he's a signatory of that or not, but I believe that if it is the decision of the council, then all of them are liable for any violation of the law.
Isang-isa na lang ho. Yung issue ho ng Manila Seedling Bank Foundation is more or less 7 hectares na lupa yata, kung di ako nagkakamali, na napakalaki, na nasa kamay ng nakuha ng city government ngayon, pero may pending question pa sa Supreme Court. Ano ho yung plano nyo doon? Dahil nung mga panahon na ang city administrator pa ay si Dr. Victor Entriga, parang may plano yata na magtayo po ng tower doon, as a matter of fact, second largest tower in the world, next to Eiffel Tower, yata ang plano. Anong plano po ninyo dun sa lupa po na yon?
Well, we will have to look into that matter now when we come to it. But definitely, all their plans of the previous government will be under review. All their plans will be under review I will put up a team perhaps to review all of the ongoing projects and if the team will recommend its continuation, then we will still study the matter and continue with it. If the team will not recommend, then we will have to stop it. We'll put up a team definitely. Even when we are elected by the people, there will be a transition team. And then there will also be a team to study all ongoing projects and all past projects and see how and when it was implemented, if it was implemented properly. We'll put up a team.
Sir, isa pa, sir. Sir, yung sinasabi niyong program of change, nabanggit rin yun nila Vice Mayor, gagawin niya raw rin yun.
Correct.
Anong kaibahan nun sa inyo at saka sa kanya?
Ang kaibahan nun, sana kung nabanggit ni Vice, tanungin niyo sa kanya. Vice, bakit ngayon lang? 8 taong kayo nakaupong Vice Mayor, ang daming eleksyon. Ba't ngayon lang ka nagka-programa ng ganyan? 9 na taon na nag-mayor ang tatay mo. Ba't di nyo ginawa yung programang yan? Di ba? 9 years na nag-mayor ang tatay niya, bakit di na ginawa? Bakit ngayon lang? Alam niyo kung bakit? Ngayon lang sila nakaisip na ganyang programa. Kasi nung araw, the past 16 years, they did not care gumagamit ng mga tao. Kahit wala silang programa para sa taong bayan. Hindi sila natatakot dahil tuwing eleksyon, wala naman silang kalaban eh. So they have no liability. Ang problema nila ngayon, may kalaban sila.
Sir, may suggestion na dito sa kaliwa ko na ang sabi total, yung sinagot ninyo na mga programa, halos magkapareho din. Ba't di na lang po daw daanin sa debate? Willing daw po ba kayong hamunin ng debate po?
Anytime. Hindi ako willing maghamon. Hindi ko naman nahamunin. Pero kung gusto nila magdebate, I don't have any problem with it. Kung gusto nila na mag-set up, nasa sa inyo yan.
Media na lang mag-set up.
Baka pwede kayo mag-sponsor.
Anytime.
Media.
Anytime.
Kung sakaling matuloy ho, paano ko ninyo mas makukumbinsi ang mga taga Quezon City na mas paniwalaan at pumabor ko sa inyo kung pareho lang din naman yung
Siguro sa performance. Siguro kayo na mag-compare ng performance niya for the past 8 years saka performance ko for the past 20 years. Kung meron siyang naipatayo na isang building man lamang, sige, kung meron siyang nagawa na isang kalsada, kung meron siyang natulungan, you can compare. So it will be the performance-wise wherein the people will
Sir, kung sakaling manalo kayong mayor, ano po ba? Madali po ba kayo makausap diretso para po na ng tama payag sa samot-saring issue o magiging kaparehas lang kayo ni Jane Belmonte na mahilig magpasa sa mga tauhan? Kasi ganun mo si Joy eh.
Saan ko ba?
Una ng react.
Dito ko ba sa press sa
Opo.
City?
Hindi po, kahit saan po.
Wala. Well,
Kasi
ako,
pag pumupunta ako kay Joy, laging pasa eh. Hindi ko
Hindi.
rin makuha yung pasa.
hindi ako, kaibigan ko lahat ng press. Gusto mo, no? Mas pa tayo sa ganun eh.
Okay. Yun ang maganda makakaupo.
Hindi mo naman masisisi si Joy, babae naman yun. Paano mo naman makakasama sa... Paano mo makakainom, ha? Paano mo mababarkada? Di ba? Hindi, pero siyempre nasa barkada, iba yung lalaki. Kaya akong barkadahin ninyo. Iba yung lalaki kausap ninyo, di ba?
Mayor,
Oo.
naniniwala ba kayo sa sinasabi ng iba? Ang tunay niyong kalaban hindi si Joy, kundi ang tatay niya.
Correct ka dyan. Correct ka dyan. Correct ka dyan. Totoo yan.
Ano yan? Ano nga yan?
So, ibig sabihin nyo ba, pag nanalo si Joy, natalo kayo, magpapatakbo na yung
Sunny?
Si Sunny.
Hindi mapapatakbo ni Sana yan.
Hindi, ibig sabihin, lagi nakabulong.
Hindi mabubulungan ni Sana yan.
Ano mangyayari?
Joy has her own mind.
Okay, yung question na lang sa yung may interview. If you have questions pa.
Sige, kung gusto niyo mag-one on one later on. Pero at this point, we'll ask, we'd like to thank Congressman Vincent Crisologo for coming over and
Thank you also for inviting us.
Siguro magkano yata ang mga photographers para sa...
Sige.
Sa silid, may mga photo sa gitna. Kapit ka pa konti.
One more. Dito po sa baba po, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Sir, Edwin, dito ako sa baba. Okay. Thank you po.
Isa pa.
O, tingin mo, TV. TV naman, TV.
TV naman daw.
Last ka. Dito ka Edwin sa anak. Para nga maiba na ka sa TV.
Ayan na. Ang bagong mayor at vice mayor.
Thank you. Mas makakabarkada kayo kung ako. Diba, hindi na basta-basta mayayayam. Tayo, inuman, pwede. Ha? Ale, thank you.
Saturday News Forum. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagdalo. For today, dalawa yung issues natin. Invite natin din si Sonny Africa, Executive Director ng IBON Foundation, an economic research, economic think tank na independent. Inimbita natin siya to discuss yung employment situation ngayon sa under-completed administration. Maaari din siya mag-comment dito sa appointment ni
Secretary Diokno of Finance.
Secretary Diokno as BSP Governor. No? At ano yung implication nito sa ating ekonomiya? Later, we'll also discuss yung mga problema sa Quezon City, no? At hinihintay natin ang mayoralty candidate na si Congressman Bingbong Crisologo at iba pang miyembro ng campaign niya, staff. Anyway, we'll just discuss briefly yung economic situation at present, ano? At ano yung pagtingin ng IBON Foundation dito.
Magandang umaga. Sa amin po medyo nakakalungkot yung lumalabas sa balita ngayon na ayaw makipagdebate ng administration candidates tungkol sa mga issue. Tapos sinasabi pa nga na irrelevant daw sa publiko yun. Medyo nababahala kami kasi naunawaan namin kasi nagmumula kasi mahirap depensa ng indefensible. Pero sa amin, tingin namin more than ever, kailangan pag-usapan mga issue. Particularly sa pinaka-basic na issue ng mga may Pilipino, may sapat pa na trabaho sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, isang araw lamang, hindi masyadong hina-highlight ng government yung kalalabas lamang na January 2019 paper for a survey. May ilang press release sila pero kumpara sa nakaraan, tahimik sila doon. Naunawaan namin kung bakit hindi nila masyadong pinabalita yon dahil hindi maganda ang takbo ng ating ekonomiya. If anything, nadiling nga namin yung ulit-ulit sinasabi, best performing currency sa Asia daw tayo. Isa best performing economies pa rin. Isa pa rin daw sa pinakamabilis na economic growth sa rehiyon, maging sa buong mundo. Ang tanong namin, kung ganun yun, bakit siya hindi nararamdaman dun sa nakaraniwang tao? Gusto namin i-highlight, nung nilabas yung January 2018 labor force survey, actually, nabawasan ang employment sa Pilipinas. Ngayon, nakabahala yun. So, hindi lang sa jobless growth na kulang nililik ang trabaho, actually, nawawalan ng trabaho sa loob ng bansa despite economic growth. Halimbawa ko lang po, ayon sa Philippine Statistics Authority, sa kanilang January 2019 labor force survey, nabawasan ng 387,000 na trabaho sa Pilipinas in January 2019 from January 2018. From 41.8 million in January 2018, naging 41.4 million na lamang. Sobrang nakabahala yun kasi ito ay nangyari after na-report, na-analyze naman ng IBON, yung job creation under the third administration ay pinakamalala among all post-Marcos administrations. Ang average job generation nila in the first 2 years was only 81,000. Ngayon, kung itong initial survey round ng January, 4 kasi ang survey rounds ng gobyerno bawat taon, kung nagpapakita na hindi lang sa mababa ang job generation, actually nabawasan ng trabaho sa Pilipinas, eh di dapat issue talaga yon. So para sa amin, yung nangyari dito na pagbawas ng bilang ng trabaho sa Pilipinas in the last year, comparing January 2000 to January 2019, bigla ng 87,000, ay napakalaking issue kasi ito ang pinakamadalang pagbagsak ng trabaho sa post-Marcos era. Sa buong 33 years since 1986, 5 beses lamang nagkaroon ng contraction sa employment. Sa 5 beses na yan, 2 ay nasa loob ng third administration. The other times were in 1997, during the Asian financial crisis, noong 2005, and then again noong 2014. So basically, yung 2 out of the 5 times na nabawasan ng trabaho in the January round, 2 doon ay nangyari sa third administration.
Ano yung cause ng rise in unemployment?
Yung pinakamalaking cause, yung pinakamalaking sektor na apektado ay yung agriculture sector. 1.7 million jobs ang nawala sa sektor ng agrikultura. From 10.9 million agricultural employment in January 2018, bumagsak sa to 9.2 million lamang in January this year. So yung 1.7 million na yon, hindi sumapat yung build. Hindi pa umabot ng kalahating milyon ang nalikang trabaho sa construction. 490,000 lamang ang nagtatrabaho. So netong epekto nun, may 490,000 nalikang trabaho sa construction. May suspicious na 245,000 na paglaki sa government sector. At napansin namin yan, bawat run-up to the elections, may konting pitik sa government employment eh. At ang suspicion namin dyan, it's election-related. Ang problema, yung trabaho sa construction, parang daliin lamang yan. Contraction, mababang kita. Pag wala na yung project, wala na yung trabaho na yan. At sa government work, like we said po, pumipitik yan before elections at nawawala din siya afterwards.
Yung tupad, yung local government yata nag-hire ng mga unemployed, tsaka for street sweeping.
Maaaring maganda lang yun eh, kumbaga para, it makes sense po kasi kung sa in the run to the election, syempre gusto ipalabas ng bawat administrasyon, okay naman yung job performance nila. Pero ang gusto namin mas stress doon, despite itong effort na mag-build, despite itong election-related employment surge, kulang pa rin. At neto, nabawasan ng trabaho in the last year. Tapos may tatlong kaakibat na point kami dun eh. Una, nakakabahala na sa gitna ng paghina ng agrikultura, as shown by 1.7 million jobs na wala sa agrikultura, i-liberalize pa yung ating rice sector. At yung ibibigay na 10 billion pesos support daw sa mga ating mag-asaka, barya lamang yon. So kumbaga, yung panahon na papalakas yung mag-asaka ay hindi pag nakasabak ka na sa laban sa cheap imports from abroad. Ang panahon para magbigay ng suporta, magpalakas ka muna and then isabak sa laban. So yung 10 billion pesos na yan ay masyadong maliit. Barya lang siya compared dun sa over $1 billion na bibigyan ng suporta ng Vietnam sa kanyang rice sector. Barya siya compared even to the $4 billion na ginagastos ng Thailand to support sa kanyang rice sector. So itong sitwasyon na binubukas ang sektor ng agrikultura, particularly yung rice sector natin sa cheap imports, papadalayin pa niya itong contraction sa employment at papadalayin pa yung ating food security and agricultural crisis. So para sa amin, point number 1 yun. Sa aming point number 2, nakabahala itong mga lumalabas sa balita na nagbibigay ng konsiderasyon ang even construction projects sa mga Chinese workers. Nagsalita yung Dole, inamin nila yung first 2 bridge projects sa Metro Manila, yung sa Marikina, Mangaan Floodway, sa Binondo Intramuros, inamin naman nila over 20% ng trabaho doon, including low-skilled work, ay binigay sa mga Chinese workers. So isipin namin ngayon, ano ba talaga? Kung hindi nyo aminin na kulang ng trabaho sa Pilipinas at may bibigyan kayong bilang klaseng konsiderasyon sa mga Chinese workers, pero sabihin nyo, paprotektahan nyo yung Filipino workers, mukhang, kumbaga, put your money where your mouth is. Hindi totoo na pinoprotektahan nila at binibigyan ng suporta yung Filipino workers. Yung third point po, itutungkol na yun doon sa napagit sa komentaryo namin sa pagka-point kay Secretary Diokno. As BSP Governor, sa ibang mga bansa, sa pangkalahatan, ginagamit ang mga central banks. At ano to, whether it's the Federal Reserve or the Bank of England, sa buong mundo, ginagamit ang mga central banks para suportahan ang lokal na industriya, para suportahan ang mga lokal na sektor. Sa tingin namin, overplayed yung sinasabi na baka ma-politicize ni Sec Diokno yung Bangko Sentral. Tingnan namin minor yun. Sa pangkalahatan, si Secretary Diokno ay nagmumula sa napaka-konserbatibong economics background. Hindi mababago ang kalakaran na yung Bangko Sentral ay hindi kikilingan ng lokal na industriya. So para sa amin, there's too much noise about this politicizing the central bank, Secretary Diokno. Mas lang sa amin, will Secretary Diokno, as the new Bangko Sentral Governor, institute reforms in the central bank to make sure that yung daloy ng pera sa ating ekonomiya ay pupunta dun sa mga sektor na kailangan, like agriculture, like Filipino industry. Walang track record sa Secretary Diokno sa kanyang economics training na napaka-free market-oriented, napaka-neoliberal, essentially napaka-backward in anti-development. Wala siyang dadaling na reformist na agenda dito sa Bangko Sentral. So tingin namin, isasantabi namin yung mga claims na politicized si Secretary Diokno kasi yung monetary board naman, nag-vote naman yan. Collegial body siya. Tapos, ang mas problema sa amin dyan, yung buong monetary board ay nagkakaisa, huwag gamitin ang central bank to support local industry, local agriculture. Sinasabi nilang price stability na argument ng central bank, ibig sabihin yan, konservatibo sa interest rates. Kung sa ibang bansa, ginagamit ang central bank to engineer interest rates to support local sectors, local industry, walang bit-bit na gina-agenda Secretary Diokno. So sa amin, sa pangkalahatan, going beyond yung static na baka politicize si Secretary Diokno, ang mas issue sa amin, walang pinapasok na reformist attitude sa central banking si Secretary Diokno. So wala kaming inaasahan na magiging pagbabago sa pagpapatakbo ng central bank.
Meron pang ang fear na as head ng anti-money laundering, baka i-block ni Diokno ang any effort to hold to account yung mga sibling graft.
Unfortunately, siguro yung komentaryo namin nasa pangkalahatan sa usapin ng economic development, wala kami nakitang pagbabago. Sa ibang katanungan, magagamit ba yung poder ng central bank as a key member of certain bodies like Anti-Money Laundering Council? We do share yung mga concerns na baka gamitin yung position to to prevent any investigations of the of ill-gotten wealth, especially by the current administration. So we do share those apprehensions at to be clear po, pinaghihiwalay namin. As a research group, na ang pinaka-titignan ay yung overall economic development, wala kami nakitang pagbabago. At the same time, we do share the apprehensions na baka gamitin yung poder ng Central Bank Governor in key bodies to block systematically po yung mga investigations, especially regarding current administration. Kasi po, nakita naman natin in the last 3 years, ni isa-isa ng kasukay administrasyon yung mga basic institutions ng liberal democracy, whether it's undermining the Senate or buying the lower house of Congress, ousting the Supreme Court Chief Justice, threatening the Ombudsman, threatening the Commission on Human Rights, threatening mass media. Tinamin across the board, may kahandaan ang kasukay administrasyon gamitin na lahat ng kanilang rekurso para depensa ng sarili. And we don't think na magbabago yan sa kanilang paglalagay ng very politicized na person within the Bangko Sentral. And we share the concern, again, iba pa dun sa usapin nga ng using the Central Bank for Economic Development, we share the concern, it's a politicized appointment in the Central Bank which actually has had for over a decade now an unpoliticized system for choosing the Central Bank governors.
Sige. Sonny, si Diokno is known as a PLDT economist. Liberalization, liberalization, deregulation and tariff reduction. Doon sa issue ng price clarification, umaasa kang magpapautang o magkakaroon ng polisiya ng Central Bank favoring yung mga pautang sa farmers. Kasi right now, Land Bank and BBP, drama lang yung kanilang pagpapautang sa farm sector o sa agri sector. Nasa commercial lending pa rin sila. Anong patutunguhan dito? Anong bottom line kung walang hindi magpapautang ang Central Bank ang banking sector sa magkasama?
Nagmumula kami doon sa exact point na yun eh. Yung Central Bank ay ang pinakamakapangyarihang entidad sa Pilipinas para patakbuhin yung daloy ng credit ng pera sa bansa. Sa ibang mga bansa, sa kanilang early stages of development, whether it's the UK, France, Germany, United States, hanggang sa kasalukuyan, abante na silang bansa, ginagamit ng central banks to direct credit. Ang problema, yung pinag-uulan na background ni Secretary Diokno, itong mga short-short nga, privatisasyon, liberasyon, deregulation, ang pinag-uulan na konsepto na yun ay pilayan ng central bank, huwag bigyan po ang kanyang kakayanan, i-direct yung credit sa mga sektor, at kaya kami wala nakakita ng pagbabago doon. Sa example po namin dyan, yung Hanjin. Nagtataka talaga kami na bakit yung land bank na supposedly bibigay ng credit sa mga farmers ay magbibigay ng, I don't remember, about 200 to 300 million pesos na loan sa Hanjin Industries, isang Korean firm na nakabase sa Subic. Exactly yun ang point namin eh. Trabaho ng central bank na itikha yung sistema na, especially the government financial institutions, trabaho ng central bank yan. Sabihin, in the spirit of development banking, dapat yung DBP, yung land bank, dapat mas maluwag sa kanila magbigay ng support sa sektor ng agrikultura. Ang pwede gawin ng central bank dyan, sabihin, for every peso na binibigay ng land bank, ika-counterpart namin yan from our own funds para mas mapadali yung takbo ng kapital dun sa sektor ng agrikultura. Yung free market thinking, Secretary Diokno at ng kabuong central bank ngayon ay taliwas sa ganong klaseng konsepto. Kaya tingnan namin, again, from the point of economic development, walang dadaling bagong pag-iisip, new thinking, new approaches si Secretary Diokno. It won't help the cause of Philippine development. If anything po, we do agree, it politicizes a key institution na pwede gamitin for self-serving interest ng current administration.
Yeah. So, nakikita nyo na walang pagbabago kasi kung ang resulta ng liberalization ng rice trade is 25 pesos per kilo. Napakadaling husgahan kung alin ang gusto ng tao. Yung murang rice o yung mayamang magsasaka.
Oo nga po kasi, ang simple lang naman yung ekonomiya eh. Gagalaw yung consumer doon sa pinakamura, gagalaw yung trader sa pinakamalaking kita niya. Kung nagbibigay na tayo sa murang bigas mula sa ibang bansa, pinapahirapan natin yung lokal na magsasaka, compromise yung kanilang pagtatrabaho, babagsak ang kanilang farm gate prices, hindi sila magsasaka, at lalo pang mabiging justifikasyon, wala na naman pala local rice, di mag-import more pa tayo, unlimited naman kasi yung foreign import. So kumbaga yung siglo ng pagbulusok na rice industry natin ay mag-intensify actually under the rice liberalization of the rice tarification act.
kailan namin mararamdaman na masama, na maghirap ang magkasaka? Kahit na, tuwa yung mga misis namin eh. Murang bigas.
Talaga, nagulat ako doon kasi kumpara sa nakarang taon, mas mahal pa rin yung bigas ngayon kumpara sa dati. Nakita namin yung reports ng PSA, yung 40 pesos na bigas noong February 2018 ay 44 pesos pa rin ngayon. Despite nga itong, umpisa pa lamang ng rice certification. So hindi pa gaano naramdaman yung epekto noon. Pero ang punto po namin dito, yung panandaliang ginhawa, maaaring may panandaliang ginhawa, normal yun. Pero 2 points. Kung wala ng NFA rice, at a stroke, 10 milyon sa pinaka-million to consumer natin, ay hindi na makakaranas ng 27 pesos na NFA rice. Ngayon, hindi ko lang kung maniniwala sa atin yung mga traders na kukuha ng landed cost ng bigas. Naglalo na yung estimates from 19 pesos to 23 pesos. Pero I doubt maniniwala sa atin yung mga traders na ilang dekada na pinipiga talaga yung kaya ng merkado, malaking patong nila. I doubt may maniniwala na yung mga traders ay yung buong mura ng bigas ay ipapasa na sa consumer. Habang may pong sila na taasan ang kanilang markup dun sa imported rice, ipapatong nila yung mataas na markup sa imported rice. So even yung pangako na sa mga darating na buwan, may malaking bagsak sa bigas, mangyayari lamang yan kung naniniwala tayo yung mga traders ay hindi ko-convert yung mas murang bigas sa dagdag ng markup sa kanila. At para sa amin, lalo na ngayon na pumapalo sa about 95 to 97% pa rin yung domestic rice production, yung maliit na bahagi ng bigas na pupunta sa atin. Kasi konti lang, hindi unlimited na rice mula sa ibang bansa. Out of global rice production, hindi pa abot ng 10% ng global rice production ay napapasok ito sa export trade. Nung nakarang buwan lamang, nabalitaan namin yung Thailand, yung Thai government, apart from Thai private rice traders, sabi ng Thai government, mababa na aming rice stocks, hindi na mag-i-export ang Thai government. Okay pa rin yung mga Thai rice, private rice traders, pero yung Thai government, hindi na mag-i-export. So kumbaga, nakatali tayo ngayon sa mga desisyon na ilang exporter, at konti lamang yan. Ang inaasahan actually natin yung bigsa ng mainly Vietnam, Thailand, tsaka India, hindi unlimited yung bigas sa mundo. So right now, may gumagalaw na isang major rice exporter, yung government niya, to restrict government exports of rice. May epekto yan dun sa global rice prices. So, kumbaga, tatlong layer yan. Walang garantiya ng supply mula sa ibang bansa. Ikalawa, yung landed cost na yan, na hindi naman necessarily mag-translate sa murang bigas dahil nakatali pa rin tayo sa monopoly ng mga rice traders. Ikatlo, even yung presyo na yan, maaaring magbago. Bakit? Tuloy-tuloy yung mabagsak halaga ng piso. Tuloy-tuloy naman yung galaw ng ibang mga bansa na nakipagkompetensya sa atin sa bigas. Yung Malaysia, halimbawa, China, sabi nila, i-increase nila yung kanilang rice imports. Ipagtabi natin yung Pilipinas at Malaysia at China, sino mas may kakayanan mag-bid for yung limited rice supply sa mundo? Hindi yung Pilipinas. Lalo mga tayo ng Malaysia at Thailand, ang pinakamasaya dito, Thailand, Vietnam, India, kasi habang nag-increase ang demand sa kanilang bigas, tataas ang kita nila at the cost of Philippine rice farmers na mawawala ng trabaho kung bumagsak nga yung murang bigas.
Teka, we'll have to cut yung ano, no? Anyway, meron siyang press release na pwede niyong i-refer para maliwanagan pa yung mga...
May isang tanong lang ako regarding the NFP ko. Okay lang. I suppose my the topic that I want to brought up is not included in the
Bilis
Okay,
sige,
opo.
sige.
Isang tanong lang, isang sagot.
Sir, I'm aware the NFA has been a parang program of the government since Marcos era. Tapos the government has been allotting billions of taxpayers' money, these public funds. Ang tanong ko, sir, ano ba ang position nyo regarding yung pagkakaroon ng NFA? Kasi assistance talaga yan dahil murang bigas. Pero pag kinompute nyo yun, ang laki nang nawawala sa gobyerno, nalulugi ang pamahalaan dito. Tapos, rampant yung corruption dyan, yung pagkuha ng bigas. Kaya okay ba kayo rito? Malaki ba talaga na itutulong nito? O dapat nang buhagin ng NFA? Kasi nga, nagiging source of lugi na ang gobyerno, unang punto. Pangalawa, nagiging milking cow ng government officials. na taga-NFA.
Yun lang.
Yung usapin ng lugi bang NFA o hindi, kailangan baguhin natin yung pag-isip natin. Yung food security ay hindi negosyo. Yung binabagit namin na may $1.1 billion annually na subsidy ang Vietnam sa kanyang rice farmers. Yung Thai government may roughly $4.4 billion annually binibigay sa kanyang rice farmers. Kung usapin ng lugi o hindi, lugi sila. Pero ang point nun, political choice po yung food security eh. So para sa amin, hindi argumento laban sa NFA na lugi siya o hindi. Kasi ang question ng food security ay hindi question ng negosyo. Yung mismong pinagkukunan natin ng bigas na kinututuwa natin, mura siya kasi sinasubsidize ay lugi ang kanilang mga gobyerno. So sa amin, hindi argumento against NFA yung pagkalugi. Yung corruption, inefficiency, yan ang talagang issue sa NFA. Yung NFA in concept ay isang mekanismo para palakasin ang local rice farmers, local rice industry. Yung concept ng NFA paraan para magbigay ng subsidized rice sa naparaming Pilipino na walang pambili ng sapat na pagkain. Kung may corruption, may inefficiency, tiwaks yung corruption at inefficiency. This administration claims to be anti-corruption. Pala panahon, may mga high profile sila kuwaring sinisibak sa corruption. Hindi gusto natin. Paganda natin tabuan ng NFA. Bakit? Matutulungan ng ating rice farmers, may improve ang food security, at merong subsidized rice para sa mga milyon Pilipino na wala lang pambili ng sapat na pagkain sa kanilang mga pamilya. So sa amin, again, put your money where your mouth is. Anti-corruption kayo, bugin yung mga kartel na gumagalaw dun sa NFA. Sipakin niyo yung mga officials sa sinasabi niyo yung inefficient at corrupt.
Okay, thank you. Let's leave that issue. Maraming salamat, Sir Sonny, para sa siguro pwede mo aming na lang, private na.
Next topic.
Maraming pong salamat. Thank you.
Bigyan
Mag-iwan ako ng ilang
Okay,
copies. Salamat po. Thank you.
Isa lang